have a new illustration to show you, and I'm excited to color it because it's someone that I've been wanting to color for a very long time. I didn't upload a video last week because I was super sick and I had no voice, and it was like hard for me to breathe through my nose, so I was just like heavy breathing in the audio. I might still upload it with no audio and just put music in the background, or I might not upload it at all. I feel kind of nervous about it, but we'll see how I'm feeling after I work with this one. But today I'm going to color Zhongli from Genshin Impact. I have a lot of illustrations of the men of Genshin Impact because they're just so freaking gorgeous. So I drew him in his usual uniform, but I wanted to kind of give him that like dragon-esque that he has in him. So that's what I'm gonna do. And we're gonna start off with the skin, and you already know my go-to base for fair skin is eggshells in E50. So we're just gonna cover all of the skin in this base coat. Alright, now that I have the base coat and it's dried off, I'm gonna go back and do another coat of this one, but only in the areas where I think there'll be shadows. And I'm not the best with shading shadows because I don't really think too hard about where the light is. I just kind of do what I feel is right, which I know I need to practice, but I'll practice that later. Right now I just want to color for fun. Most of the time I have the light be on this side going this way, and I think I might still do that, or maybe even like from above. I think I might just do like a general light from above, but we're just gonna keep going. Alright, so Zhongli is quite fair, but I do want to add a little bit of color into him just to make him stand out a little bit more. I'm going to get this shade that is E11, Barely Beige, and just go kind of barely touch the areas that I made a little darker with the other one, with the other marker, and I'm going to blend it with the base color. So usually I hold them both uncapped and switch between markers. This ear is right under the hair, so I'm going to color the whole thing. And if it gets into the hair, it's not a big deal because Zhongli has dark hair. I'll be able to cover the skin tone with the darker marker. But if his hair were like blonde or, I don't know, white, I would have to be more careful. Okay, I think I'm happy with how it's turning out. I'm going to use a BV31 Pale Lavender to kind of cool down how warm it's looking. And I'm just going to go over certain areas where I think would be a little bit darker than what it is now. Alright, so I was going to add some blush, but I kind of like how it's looking without it, so I'm just going to add the detail that goes under his eye. Okay, so that's kind of blending in with his skin tone, so I'm gonna add a little bit of red to that before I do anything else. I'm gonna add it to the corner, and then I'm gonna blend it out with, I think I'm gonna do eggshells again and just see what happens, because I feel like if I do the other one, it'll be too dark. I didn't really do anything. Kind of just ate the color. I feel like I have to use the other color. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, it's just eating the color, which I don't like. Oh well, we're just gonna keep going. If anything, I can use a color pencil to fix all that later. But yeah, we'll leave it like that. Alright, so now I'm gonna go into his eyes and add shadows in the whites of his eye with this purple Pale Lavender. Alright, so I did want to color the hair, but I think it'd be better if I did the horns first because the hair is on top. And since the hair is darker than the horns, I won't have to worry about coloring. Like, this part will be dark, so if I try to color on top of it, it's going to bleed into the horns, whereas dark color can just sit on top of it, if you understand what I mean. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I kind of have this idea of where like the ends are kind of, I don't think I'll be able to make it look like it's glowing with marker, but I want to make it look like it's really light and it kind of fades into from like a yellow orange to a brown, if that makes sense. Kind of crystal-ish. I've never done that before, so we're just gonna give it a go and cross our fingers and hope it turns out okay. This is kind of broken, I don't know if you can tell, but I thought that was pretty cool. Alright, so the yellow's on there. Now I'm gonna go in with maybe this one, and I'm gonna have them both uncapped so I can blend between the two. I don't want to cover all of it. I want to leave some of it looking like it's highlighted. Do we need to zoom in? I don't like zooming in too much because my hand is here, and if I'm too close it makes it like go light and dark and it kind of messes with your eyes when you're trying to watch the video. Oh, it's gonna be way darker than that. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. I think I might have messed it up. Okay, maybe less intense, maybe more towards the bottom. Does that kind of look like a crystal? No, not really. Oh well. It doesn't look terrible. Kind of looks like wood, which is fine. I quite like it. Okay, I'm gonna use this one to do the base, like a really dark color, because I'm going to eventually make it kind of like a brown. Or maybe I won't. I don't want the brown to blend in with his hair. Maybe I'll just keep it this color. Ooh, I do think it needs brown though. I like this white. I wish I would have done that here. Okay, I'm gonna get a brown and kind of mix it into that. It's okay. Alright, so I'm done with the horns. Now I'm gonna move on to the hair. I know that he has like a lighter brown around this area, but I kind of want to keep it like yellow orangey faded into brown. So that's what I'm gonna do, and hopefully I can incorporate that same style around his hair. Alright, horns are done, and the hair is done, and the face is done for now, because sometimes we come back and we do some detail. So now I'm going to move on to the tail, which I'm not sure how I can do it so it looks like it's in the background. But I'm going to start with the horns? I don't know what you would call these on the tail bit. And they're going to be similar to that one. So we're going to start with our lightest colors and then work our way darker. Alright, the little horn bits are done. Now I'm going to do the tail. Those streaks are there because I'm also filming a YouTube short and I'm trying to be, keep up with that, I guess. Also, I messed up. The darker part is the center, the lighter part is the outside, but we're gonna do that right now. Alright, so I think I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out so far. I'm gonna work on this like underside of the tail, and I thought it was gonna be this color, like yellow, but it's actually brown with a little bit of yellow on this lower part. So I'm gonna do that all the way around, and then he doesn't actually have fur or hair on his tail as in dragon form. He has these bits, like crystally spiky bits. But I already drawn that, and I can't erase it, so we're just gonna color that, also this color, because the whole tail is like a dark brown. But I'm not loving the eyes. But we're already here, so we're just gonna keep going. I want to leave some of that white. Wait, let me zoom in. I don't like zooming in too much because it gets really dark for some reason. But that white outline, I want to leave some of that so it looks a little more, I don't know, metallic? Yeah, I really like that. Oh, I messed up. I meant to do the little white line there. Can I fix it? Oh my gosh, that actually looks pretty good. Alright, so now I'm going to work on this piece. And that kind of border on his waistcoat, I think is what you would call it, is like a brown with a little bit of orange mixed into it. Because it's not brown like the hair, it's kind of more, it leans more towards tan, I think. But anyways, I'm not expecting perfection. I'm just gonna do what feels right. Also, if I'm speaking very quietly, it's because it's 10 o'clock at night and everyone is sleeping. Ooh, that might be too dark. Ooh, yeah, that's kind of dark. Let's find a warmer color, like brick beige. I need to go darker, but I don't want to. I'm scared. Maybe this side, I feel like it's less intense. I feel like it needs orange. I'm looking at a reference, by the way. I kind of want to color the whole thing orange. Should I do it? Yes or no? Yes. See, that's what it needed. That's the color I want. Oh, it's kind of the same color. Okay, keep going. We'll figure it out. What does the light walnut look like? Is this one better? Yes. At this point, I'm making stuff up here. Does that look like metal? Why does he have all these details? I should have just kept it simple. I'm realizing I did this too thin. What reference was I using? I'm realizing I did this too thin. Oh well, keep going. Alright, so those bits are done. I kind of feel like I should do these also, since I'm already here. But I kind of want to work on the lapels. Alright, it's a new day. I don't remember what I said last, but we're gonna color this. And I'm gonna do it in a warm gray W5. My hands are sparkly. Do you see that? I put lotion on. Anyways, a W5, and then I'm gonna work darker because they're kind of like a black-ish color. And then I'm gonna work on darkening where I need to darken. I'm still contemplating the tail too. But we'll see. It always turns out, usually. I made a mistake and this one's so much thicker than this one. And I mean, I can thin this one out by coloring it gray, but it's fine. This one's just... I'm so upset about that. Yeah, that's too yellow. Oh well. Ooh, I like that. It doesn't fit, but I like it. So we gonna keep it. What do I do here to make it look? Maybe I need to do that here. Like that maybe? I should have left it. I always do this. I'm like, keep it simple, don't do too much, blah blah blah. And then I be doing too much, and now it looks fine. I think I'm just gonna, just one more. Like a little, like that. Okay, we're done. Stop it. Okay, moving on. I feel like I should not have added those little dark bits, but I kind of like how it looks. This is what I do. I always go and do too much, and then there's like too much detail in a spot that isn't even the focal point, but it's just what I do. Okay, so now I'm gonna color these two, and it'll be this color. Also, I don't know what this is. I tried blending it out, and it's not coming off, so that's just gonna stay. And I realized I didn't do the little accessory thing that goes on this side, on here. But that's okay. We're gonna move on. But do you notice how this doesn't look like it's in the background? It's values. I don't know how to work with values. Once I zoom out, hopefully it'll look better. Ooh, I like that. Okay. I like this one so much more than this one. Can I fix this one? Let's try it. I don't even know what that is. Maybe I need to just color this whole thing. And then... Oh, there we go. Kind of. Not really. Okay, I've been staring at this for ever now, and I don't know what to do. I want to do scales, because I think that would look really cool. But then, is that gonna take away from like the main focal point? Okay, I'm not gonna think too much about it. We're just gonna go. Because then when I think too much about it, I second guess everything that I do. So, just go. So after staring at this for so long, I decided to just keep it simple because I had all these ideas, but there's already a lot going on, like with the tail and the horns, and just there's a lot going on. So I didn't want to do too much in the background because I was afraid that all of these other details would get lost, and the focal point is him. So I decided to keep it plain, and I just did a soft yellow background. But yeah, there's still a lot that I have to learn when it comes to color. For example, how to separate things. For example, here, the tail gets lost with his sleeve and like around the hair here and here. And yeah, there's also more like shading that I could have done. Like if the light was coming from this area, it should be way darker all along here. But I'm happy with how it looks, and I don't want to do more because less is more is what I've been taught while doing art, and I'm gonna look back on this and be like, oh, I see what I did wrong after I've grown my skill. So yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, or don't, I can't tell you what to do, and I will see you hopefully in the next video that is supposed to be up on either Saturday or Friday. This one will be up Sunday because I forgot. Bye!